Welcome back to Sunday the 8th, where I, Quis Vaughn, explore the sacred, the shadowed, and the straight up uncomfortable truths we all eventually face. This series dives deep into society, spirit, sex, and self with honesty, humor, and holistic intention. As a certified functional nutrition counselor with a passion for epigenetics, vegan healing, and soulful storytelling, I invite you to walk with me through this portal of transformation. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned because today we're talking about the kind of intimacy that reveals more than it hides. This episode is called I F'd My Shadow. Let's begin. Not all lovers are soulmates. Some are soul mirrors. You ever felt yourself attracted to someone who wasn't healthy for you but felt hauntingly familiar? That's not just chemistry. That's karma calling. Because often our attractions are rooted not in desire, but in recognition. Recognition of a wound, a fear, a pattern. In those moments, you're not just sleeping with the person. You're sleeping with the part of you that you've been avoiding. You're not just turned on, you're being shown. I've touched people who felt like answers, only to realize later they were echoes. Echoes of my need to be needed, my fear of rejection, my craving for control, my addiction to being chosen over abandoned. Sometimes the person isn't the desire, the pattern is. You think you want their body, but deep down, you want something much older, to heal, to prove, to finally feel seen. And that's when sex becomes spiritual reflection if you're awake enough to notice. The shadow self is everything you try to hide. The envy, the ache, the loneliness, the lust, the low self-worth. But sex, especially when done unconsciously, is where that shadow shows up and gets center stage. You may dominate because you fear powerlessness. You may beg to be used because somewhere you still feel disposable. And yet, even in the pleasure, truth leaks out. The moan might sound like release, but sometimes it's your soul confessing, I'm still hurting. So now what? Do we become celibate? Swear off all lovers? Hide our bodies to protect our spirits? Not at all. We wake up within the experience. This isn't about never touching another. It's about touching with awareness. Every interaction is an invitation. Why this person? Why now? What am I hoping to feel, prove, or forget? The goal isn't to shut sex down. It's to stop using it to shut yourself down. Every time I ghosted someone after sex, every time I reached for the distraction instead of reflection, I missed the lesson. But now I ask, what did that encounter show me about me? Was I aching for connection, trying to feel desired, replaying an old pain with a new body? Because even your shadow wants to be seen, not punished, not hidden, just held. So in closing, you're not wrong for fucking your shadow. You're human. But you don't have to keep doing it blindly. The next time you feel pulled towards a lover, a moment, a moan, pause. Ask yourself, is this love? Is this lust? Or is this a lesson? Because some lovers are guides in disguise, and some orgasms are mirrors in motion. If this episode hit home, subscribe, share, and journal about the last time you confused chemistry with clarity. And remember, your shadow doesn't need shame. It needs your seeing. It needs your stillness. It needs your sacred integration. One reflection, one breath, one beautifully uncomfortable fuck at a time. Namaste.